Please mind our disclaimer. Market Pulse shows the current state of the market. It does not predict future price movements. This content is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research and use appropriate risk management. This is your weekly market pulse. The US dollar is continuing its strong bullish trend. The United States core inflation rate is measured monthly and therefore it stays the same. The US interest rates is continuing its bearish correction. In other words, there is upward pressure on the US interest rates. The US government bonds 10-year yield is continuing its bullish correction on the weekly chart. The volatility index is continuing its strong bearish trend, which suggests less volatility in the markets. The industrial production is a monthly figure and it stays the same for the weekly chart. Same then also for the consumer sentiment in the US. The SPY, which is the SPDR SP 500 ETF Trust, is continuing its bullish correction. Brent crude oil is continuing its strong bearish trend. The South African rand over the US dollar, or maybe the other way around, US dollar over the South African rand, is continuing its strong bullish trend. So the US dollar is strengthening against the South African rand. Gold is continuing its strong bearish trend on the weekly time frame. The same also with Bitcoin. Core inflation in South Africa is measured monthly. It stays the same. Upward pressure on inflation. In terms of the interest rate, there is a bearish correction. That is taking place, and the state changed from a strong bearish trend to a bearish correction, which means there's upward pressure on our interest rates. Industrial production is measured once a month, and therefore it stays the same. The Satrix MSC World ETF is continuing its bullish correction. The MCI Emerging Markets ETF, Satrix, is also continuing its bullish correction. The Satrix 40 portfolio, top 40, is continuing its strong bearish trend. The Satrix Dividend Plus portfolio is likewise continuing its strong bearish trend. The Satrix SA bond portfolio is continuing its bearish correction. The Satrix Global Bond ETF is continuing its bearish correction. The Satrix Property ETF has changed to a strong bullish trend after its bearish correction. So the correction on the bear trend now has changed into a bullish trend on the weekly chart. And lastly, the Amplify CWP Growth and Income ETF from the US, which follows or predicts markets quite well, is continuing its bullish correction. And that is the end of our market pulse for this week, Monday, July 29.